What's up, my peoples? Welcome back to another episode of The Real Life. My name is John. This is
Nikki.
And we have some very
exciting news.
Stay tuned. Let's go. Boom.
So, John, what's your exciting news?
Let me think about it.
Are you thinking?
I'm thinking deeply. Alright, so I suppose that you put two and two together in that really loud, obnoxious little clip that me and Nikki are no longer boyfriend and girlfriend, but we are now engaged. Very exciting news, right, my honey?
So exciting.
So exciting. Just wanted to share our experiences with all of you guys. If you follow us on social media, you already know that we're engaged by now. We wanted to share it with our tiny little YouTube community and give you some details maybe you're wondering about and stuff like that. So let's get into it. Why not?
So, story time. Not really. So just to kind of recap, we've been best friends for about 2 years. We started dating about 2 months ago, but we had such a great foundation, solid foundation as friends first, and getting to know each other. And so I guess when you know. So when did you know you were gonna propose?
Well, like Nikki said, we've been friends for about 2 years. We started dating 2 months ago, and there were times throughout our relationship when we'd be serving in ministry together, and we'd be having fun, and I'd look at Nikki, and I'd be like, oh man, I'm gonna marry this girl someday. And I kind of said it begrudgingly, because I wasn't really too into marriage back then. But, Nikki broke me down, and God wore on my heart, and I'm more grateful now than ever, that I did. But so I knew once we started dating, things were going to move along pretty quickly because we've already known each other for so long. Some people are like, oh, you guys have only been dating 2 months, you're engaged? That's kind of crazy, but we have such a strong foundation. We know this is what the Lord wants for us, to serve Him and be married to each other and do life together. So I knew we were going to get married. So we started dating in June. I knew Nikki's birthday was coming up in August. And I was like, that might be a good time to propose. And so that kind of got the ball rolling. But it wasn't really till about 3 weeks before her birthday that I started putting everything in motion to get the ring, to set the details up, and
I had no idea.
Ask this beauty to be my wife. Yeah.
So
that's kind of how. That's when I knew I was gonna propose. But did you know?
No, I didn't. Well, leading up to it, no. Okay, so I knew my birthday was coming up, and so I think it was the morning before my birthday. I sat down with my mom, and I'm like, what happens if he proposes on my birthday? And I'm like, I got to get out of my head. I said he said he's not going to. I got to get out of my head. And so anyway, then John's like, I have something huge. I have a really awesome plans for your birthday. We're gonna spend the day and whatever. So that was great. And then he said we were gonna help our pastor with helping setting up video and technological stuff. Or do you need to let go?
No, you're fine.
With technological stuff. I can't say that word, technological. So I'm like, okay, and I was thinking, on my birthday, and it kept getting later in the day. It was supposed to be 3 o'clock, and then it was 4. So I'm like, okay, that's weird, because I'm like, well, we have a day planned, so I wonder I don't know. So anyway, I had that thought initially, anyway. So, and again, I had no idea he was actually going to do it. I just created this whole scenario in my head. So then that day, what happened? I came over, and then
like I said, I told her that we had to go help my pastor set up video equipment for streaming the services and stuff, which wasn't a total lie. I'm kind of in the process of helping them get technologically savvy, and so I'm like, I'm going to use that as a perfect excuse to get her where I want to propose. And the week before this all went down, I called her mom and I called her dad, and they came over, and I got their blessing, and we had a nice long talk. So meanwhile, Nikki's trying to talk to her mom about this possible scenario, and her mom, Renee, you did good not spilling the beans to Nikki. And so so I had it all scheduled and ready to go on that Saturday.
Yeah, so anyway, we went to the church, and so they're like, okay, go downstairs, because you have to go get pastor, and when you yeah, so anyway, I go downstairs and he's not down there, and I'm looking and I'm suspicious. I'm a little suspicious. So I'm looking for his sister's car, and I'm looking. I don't see it. I'm like, okay, well, it's not going to happen today. And so then they call me back upstairs. They said, oh, Pastor's up here. I'm like, okay. So I go upstairs expecting it not to happen. And then I go upstairs and I stop. I see like 3 cameras on me, and I felt like a movie star. A very nervous movie star. Because I stopped, looked at the camera, and then I look over at John, and he's sitting there looking at me. And then I look down, and I see a ring in a little, what's it called? A ring box. The box with the ring in it. And I was so surprised. I was shaking. I had to take my mask off because I had my mask on. And then he asked me, he's like, Nikki, actually we have it.
Yeah, we have a video, and it's going to be at the end of this video, so stay tuned. And so we filmed the thing. We have a couple different angles, and, you know, so let's backtrack a second here. So you never know someone really until you start dating them. And I know Nikki is someone who likes to plan things, who has her own set ways of doing things. And these are all the reasons why I love her, you know. It's not a bad thing about her. I'm not a good planner. She's a good planner. She picks up the slack where I don't. But let me tell you something. We weren't dating long. She sent me a list of places that I was allowed to propose.
No!
Let me finish my story, honey. This is my moment. She sent me a places I was allowed to propose. There's 4 different places. The place we made it official, the place we went fishing, and there was 2 others that I was allowed to propose. Anyways, that's not really important. But so there was the whole list of where I could propose. And so also she sent me like all the rings I was allowed to buy her. And so
I sound like a nut job.
You're a beautiful nut job. And she's my nut job now.
Thank you.
But anyways, so we ended up not going with her plan, right? Because I was going to stick to it. I'm like, I want to make this woman happy, and if she wants to be proposed to in this certain spot, I'm going to do it. Yes?
I think at the end of that, I actually said, as long as it's a surprise, and as long as I get, I want video and then pictures. And then I said, as long as it's a surprise. I didn't say you had to.
That's a lie. But anyways,
I strongly suggested
we'll
it.
save that for marital counseling. Right now, it's not the time. No, but seriously, she probably sounds like more of a nut than she really is. But anyways, it doesn't really matter. So I met with her mom and dad and my sister. My sister originally was telling me, John, you can't propose to her in any of these 4 spots because she's going to know when you take her there. Mm-hmm. Makes sense, right? But I was stubborn until I met with her family, and they're like, John, don't listen to Nikki. Don't do it. Do your own thing. And so I was like, all right. So I'm trying to think of places where I can propose. And it kind of came to me, you know. Her mom agreed, and dad and my family agreed, because we both grew up in the same church. Kind of different times. We didn't really know each other until like 2 years ago. But our families are very into that church. And so I was like, we met there, we fell in love there, we did ministry there, so I'm going to propose to her right in the church. And God's going to be my wingman, and she's going to say yes because she has to. She can't say no in front of God. I mean, that would just be horrible, right? You'd break my heart. I've already been through so much in my life. Yeah, leading up to this whole thing, I was super nervous, you know. I was kind of a nervous wreck. There were nights I didn't sleep at all, and it's not...
Yeah. He's telling me, he's like, what was that? I texted you at it was like 6 a.m. You're like, guess who hasn't fallen asleep yet?
Well, it's not because I was like nervous to ask her, because when you know, like we said. But like I wanted to make sure I got it right because I want to make her happy, right? And but yeah, so I was a nervous wreck leading up to it. That day I was a nervous wreck. The night before I was at her family's house. I was like pacing around. I roll around, and that's my pacing. Yeah. But yeah, so I was a nervous wreck. How did you feel when you saw me propose?
I was like, did
you feel vindicated that you knew that was coming?
Because I had given up hope.
Oh.
No, I didn't give up hope. No, but when I didn't see, you moved my ring.
I'm sorry. Keep talking, Mitch.
When I didn't see their car and like nothing else was set up, I was like, okay, it's not going to happen today. But then, movie star happened, and then it happened.
Then it happened.
So I was super excited. I looked down at the ring for like a second, but then I looked back up with him at him because the ring really doesn't matter, but it is pretty beautiful.
The ring doesn't matter, but she sent me about 45 links to different rings that I was allowed to get her. But her catch was, oh, John, I don't care what kind of ring you get me, ... as long as it's not ugly.
But he did good. He bought it very well.
Yes.
Woo!
Bam. a lot of people ask us, why did we get married so quick? And we already answered that, really. When you know, you know. God's timing is the best timing. And, you know, I was not against dating Nikki, because I hate saying that, because I always cared for Nikki and I always liked Nikki, but I was scared of dating, period. And, you know, it took me a while, because I didn't want to lose her as a friend. But then her friend, Sabrina, kind of talked some sense into me. She's like, well, if you don't have her, you're going to lose her anyways to a husband. And I'm like, you know what? I love this woman. I love her. And so we made it official, and look at us now.
Look at us now.
So, Nikki, when do you foresee us getting married, tying the knot for real?
I don't know. Maybe October 2nd of next year, 2021.
Sounds like a good day to me. Yeah, so that's kind of the day we're thinking of, next year in the fall. It'll give us some time to tie up some loose ends and let me get some things in order. And yeah, so this video is kind of all over the place, but we just wanted to kind of clue you in on what we've been up to. You know, we've been busy. We've been loving and living and engaging.
Woo!
Woo!
You want to see the ring up close? I don't know how close to get.
Smack the camera with it.
See it? See it? Wow.
Wait, I gotta tell a story.
Wow. Story time.
So,
what's story time?
can I tell you really why I was so anxious to propose to her so fastly? I don't think fastly is a word, but it's a word tonight. I wanted to engage her fastly. Deal with it.
Engage me fastly?
Yes!
Propose quickly?
No, I wanted to engage her fastly.
Propose quickly. But yes, why did you want to engage me fastly?
That sounds weird. But anyways, the night her parents came over, Wayne and Renee, they came over and I was asking for their blessing. We're sitting out here. And if you don't know me, which you probably really don't that well, I have a fascination with birds. They fascinate me to no end. And so we're sitting here on this deck on a night just like tonight. And a raven came out of nowhere and was on my roof, then it was in my driveway.
Now I know why you...
And it was huge. This thing was gigantic. I'm like, is that a crow? No, no crow. Raven, yes. Huge. And I'm like, ravens aren't even in Massachusetts. And then I Googled it, and there was a big article. I don't remember what the newspaper it was, but how they're migrating back to Massachusetts area. So, yeah, there was a raven. And I told her the next day, but I couldn't tell her that I had her parents here for proof, because then she would know. So I was like, oh, she doesn't believe me. I'm raging. So
he's raven.
I'm raging with a raven. I don't know, anyways. But so another little backstory. When we planned her proposal, I got help from her family and my family. We decided that when I proposed, I'd have her close family and friends and my family in the back room waiting to surprise her after I proposed. You'll see it on the video. So after I proposed, everyone came running out and like, woo, yeah, all that fun, happy love stuff. And so we didn't get done for like 2 seconds, and I had to call our mom over. And I was like, Renee, what did we see the night that I asked you to marry her?
She said a raven. She was here.
I was right.
She acted very well. Like she had good acting skills. Cause I was like, Mom, John saw a raven, and then she's like, oh yeah. I'm like, yeah. That was it. It's not that he didn't believe you. It's just he said he saw a ram too, and I don't think he did. I drive by that place all the time.
The ram story is a whole other topic that I could go for a long time.
I just don't know.
And if you want to hear the ram story or other John and Nikki rambles, let us know, and we will ramble just nonsense like we're doing in this video right now. And it will be grand. Maybe we'll start a podcast.
I'm rocking and rolling. You're gonna make me tip over.
Anyways, yeah, so that was really our kind of engagement story. We wanted to share a little bit of that with you guys. We're gonna document our whole experience like we've been doing. We haven't done many videos lately, but we're gonna try to do more often, weekly. I'd like to try to.
Give us some ideas.
Yeah, give us some ideas on what you want to see from us. Whether that's planning wedding stuff, adventures.
I got you.
Yeah, don't encourage that one too much. She gives me anxiety when she gets out her wedding planning.
Oh, speaking of, I brought my laptop for planning.
Great. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. I'm gonna leave you guys here, and I'm gonna play the video of our engagement, and you'll see it, and let us know what you think. Did I do okay?
He did perfect. I wouldn't have had it any other way.
Well, that's all that matters. But I love you.
I love you.
And we love you guys, even if we don't know you all, but we love you. We love you. We love you very much. And So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share this video, spread the love, and hope everyone's staying safe, keeping the faith. You know, any parting words?
From me?
Yeah.
Oh. No. I love you.
I love her too.
My fiance.
If you like it, she should have put a ring on it.
He
If
did.
you like it, you should have put a ring on it.
He did. I can't dance to that song anymore.
Goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Nikki, this is where we first met each other. It's where we first did ministry together. It's where I first knew that someday I was going to marry you. And I love you so much. And I want you to marry me. Will you marry me?
Oh.
Is that a yes?
Yes, it's a yes.
You promise?
Oh, thank you, promise.
You think you promise? Yes.
Yay! Oh my god! Come on.
Here.
I'm so shaky.
Here, pull it out. I'll help you put it on.
Oh my god. That's so cute, you guys.
Which hand?
I don't know. That one. You want to push me? Selfie here.
Nikki, this is where we first met each other. It's where we first did ministry together. It's where I first knew that someday I was going to marry you. And I love you so much. And I want you to marry me. Will you marry me?
Yay! Oh my god! Come on. I'm so shaky. Oh my god. That's so cute, you guys.